When millions are who sit there and try to come to these dudes' defense, acting like, oh, well, you know what, it ain't nothing wrong with it or whatever. Everything eviscerated, thrown away, confiscated, taken from you because you can't stay off the weed. Stay off the damn weed. And they don't listen. Stupid.
Whether it's the weed.
If you can't stay off the weed. And he could smell the weed. For some weed? Really? Man, go to break, y'all. I mean, what we gonna do? We gonna encourage kids to do it now? All of these guys smoking weed that got busted for it, that got caught with it, all this stuff. All of them. Practically all of them. Black. And,
Talking about, well, what's the big deal with weed, alcohol, whatever the case may be. In the case of weed, it's legal in 2 states for medicinal purposes. You can use it in 23 to 26 states.
It's illegal in the NFL. You jeopardize all of that for some weed, and you're getting high in the middle of the afternoon off some weed.
Hello, this is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest, and this is just a stream to give my thoughts on everything that's happening with Sha'carri Richardson. Because Sha'carri Richardson, she did the 100-meter dash in 10.8 seconds, which makes her the one of the fastest women in America, if not the fastest woman in America. And she tested positive for marijuana in her drug test. And I will say this, as far as Olympic game level, you know, they take that kind of thing very seriously. So what happened was she has gotten a 30-day suspension. Now, this has drawn many comparisons to many other incidences, but what I want to do is I want to make some comparisons myself. So anyway, if this is your first time tuning in and you haven't, been here before, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. And let's get to it. Now, what I'm about to do here is a reaction to the today's exclusive interview, and fair use is in place. So just one moment while I set this up. Yeah, this has been a very kind of a big story here, and I would love to share what my thoughts on it is. So thank you for everyone that's watching and tuning in at this time. Okay, so let's do this. All right, like I said, fair use in place. See if I can start at a good spot here. Yeah. Let's see. Where is it? Forgive us.
Apologize as much as I'm disappointed. I know that when I submit a track, I don't represent myself. I represent a community that has shown me great support, great love. And
let me scoot it back a little bit.
I told y'all, so I apologize.
You are in that
There
moment.
he is.
What would you want to say to them?
I'd like to say to my fans and my family, my sponsorship, to the haters too. I apologize as much as I'm disappointed. I know that when I submit a track, I don't represent myself. I represent a community that has shown me great support, great love. And to y'all, I told y'all, so I apologize for the fact that I didn't know how to control my emotions or deal with my emotions during that time.
All right, let me explain something to you guys real quick. I am a proponent for marijuana legalization. I am. Proponent means, the opposite of opponent, meaning that, I'm all for it. So deep down, if she was able to get away with this, I probably wouldn't care. I probably wouldn't care. I mean, it is something that definitely needs to change. But this element that you cannot avoid is there are policies, there are rules, and there are regulations. Let me give an example. Mark Henry. Mark Henry, WWE wrestler. He's a very real professional athlete. Uh, One of his personal standards is saying that he is an Olympian and he stays away as far away from drugs as possible. So, yeah, let's continue with this. Let's continue.
And what I would just leave with my fan, or I will just leave out there is that, like I tweeted and said yesterday, I'm human. We're human. My statement, what I often say in my interviews, I want to be as transparent as possible with you guys, whether it's good, whether it's bad. But when it comes to Sha'carri Richardson, it's never been a steroid. It will never be a steroid attached to the name Sha'carri Richardson. The charge and what the situation was marijuana. I'm not encouraging anybody to do it. I'm not saying, oh, don't do it or anything like that. But if you choose to do things in your personal time or things like that, you just should know or beware of the consequences, or just know, or just find different ways to just cope or.
Okay. Listen up. There are plenty of people that have been denied things for marijuana and not allowed to use any kind of excuse. Like, I do understand that if you have a relative pass, I do understand that. But she sounds like she needs to take her own advice. I do see a little accountability, but what do you guys think? So, just a little bit.
Do what it is that will make you feel better. But sitting here, I just say don't judge me because I am human. I'm new. I just happen to run a little faster. I understand there's going to be people that still have something to say that don't necessarily understand. And
Yes, we do understand because some of us have been denied opportunities because we've made mistakes like that. I will say I was one myself. I was denied a job opportunity maybe about 15 years ago because I was smoking and I got popped in a test. There are plenty of people that got popped on drug tests, and it's a mistake. Nobody's perfect, nobody's perfect. But yeah, let's continue.
I wouldn't let's even call them haters if that's if they want to choose to show their character of a person even after me saying what I've said and putting myself out there, then that's just on your character and you have to live with that. But
There are always going to be people who have plenty to say when you fuck up. Period. Um, it's I kind of everybody loves to use that word hater. I kind of believe that it's a young people thing because it started when I was younger, and I used to question it then. I was like, why has everybody got to be a hater? If there's something to criticize, I'm sorry, that's what it's going to be. She messed up an opportunity of a lifetime, and although she'll be over it in 30 days, who knows? She might go out there and blow her kneecap out. I'm not wishing that on her, but we need to think about these things. You are going, if you are going to compete in the Olympics, if you are going to compete in the Olympics, just stay away from the weed. I am a proponent of legalization, but if you know what the situation is, you have to be responsible and you have to protect yourself.
I greatly appreciate being able to tell my side of the story. And like I said to my fans, my family, my sponsorship, and the haters, I greatly apologize if I let you guys down, and I did. And I just want to let y'all know this will be the last time the Olympics don't cheat Sha'carri Richardson, and this will be the last time the U.S. Doesn't come home with a gold medal in 100.
Don't discount your teammates. Someone could come home with a gold medal without you. You don't want things like that blowing up in your face. But it is what it is. She can no longer compete in the Olympics. I'm not, and I'm not saying that the sentiment is that she deserves to not compete. Let me just press this. I mean, I'm sure, with weed in her system, she's able to outrun most of America. But the public reaction is what I have the biggest problem with in all of this. Is like, are we enabling people, especially BWs, to mess up? Is every time they mess up, are they just going to have this pity party and this gang of excuses? So let me one stupid comparison that I find in this entire thing, and let me do this real quick. Oh shoot, let me hold on. Oh man, the music went out. But well, anyway, I don't need music. The public reaction to this is kind of I don't know what to say, stupid. And if you're going to make a case that if you're going to make the case that black women are unprotected and disrespected, you're going to have to visit things such as what I have on the screen here. Says look at it, says the top stories. This is just me typing in Sha'carri Richardson. Seth Rogen accuses Team USA of racism after Sha'carri Richardson suspension. Patrick Mahomes, others speak out after Sha'carri Richardson marijuana suspension. The reason why I'm not going to show these news articles is, because of fair use. I just want you to look at the headline here and how everybody is framing this. And since I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the community narrative in just a second, but this is how BWs are supported. They can't say that we don't, especially black men. They can't say that we don't support them, because a lot of black men came out and supported Sha'carri Richardson, and I'm going to show you one in just a second. But let me just read this one at the end with the Blaze. AOC blamed Sha'carri Richardson's Olympics suspension on racism and colonialism. How? I mean, if they would have let her slide with it, then that means you're setting the precedence of letting everyone slide with a little something. And I'm sure that there are athletes that are sliding with certain things. Every aspect of every event has something dubious going on, and it does involve the athletes. So I'll say this: if you choose to do something ethically, then that's how it's going to turn out. It's going to turn out you're going to be held to a high level of accountability. But let's read this little headline right here, and boy, do I hate ads. But they don't. Shoot, come on, get out the way. All right. So it says Dwayne Wade drops savage truth bomb on Sha'carri Richardson marijuana fiasco. And it says in the article, Dwayne Wade isn't the one to stay silent. Yes, yeah, he when he's given permission by his wife. The Miami Heat icon voiced out his thoughts on the rule that looks to disqualify U.S. star runner Sha'carri Richardson from fully competing in the Tokyo Olympics. And here's the screenshot of what he tweeted. He said, and I'm just gonna do it in my voice, the voice that I read these things in. I wish you could hear it. But the majority of y'all rule makers smoke and probably are investors in THC companies. Let's stop playing these games. And below that is a guy named Joe Pompliano. It's legal to recreationally smoke weed in 19 plus states, including the one where Richardson tested positive, while the NFL, NBA, and MLB have softened their stance. But we're still going to stop an Olympian from competing due to a non-performance enhancing drug. I will say this, that is what I'm thinking is supposed to be special about competing in the Olympic Games. That the standard is far higher than competing in regular sports. So if the Olympic Committee decides to change their stance, hold on one second. If they decide to change their stance on how they are to handle people who test positive for cannabis, which is the proper name for it, then on that day, we can start calling foul if something like that was to happen. Somebody say, "Oh, you got weed in your system." If they change their policy, of course. I mean, even if they legalized it in all 50 states, there will still be companies that will not allow you to smoke it. And that will be a game changer, no pun intended, if they were somehow to change their stance on marijuana. I do, but let's talk about the lack of accountability for a second. Let's talk about it for a second, then I'm going to end this stream. We can't. Oh yeah, I got a couple things to show you. Like I was talking about comparisons. We can't every time like they get in trouble, we got to let them feel the full brunt of it, like we have done so many times to black men in the past. I'm going to bring up one in particular. Let me go ahead and do this screen share again. And I know they said that that the NFL has softened its stance since then, and yes, I don't think that you can be penalized in the NFL anymore for smoking recreational cannabis, or it having been found in your system. But this article right here, let me see if I can scroll it back up to the headline. NFL suspends Dolphin Williams for 2006. And it says Ricky Williams, the Miami Dolphins running back, was suspended for the 2006 season by the National Football League yesterday. Well, this article was written April 26, 2006, for a fourth violation of the league's substance abuse policy. That substance, cannabis, aka marijuana. And as I remember, as far as the public outcry, there was barely any to none as far as public outcry. It wasn't us on, I guess it because social media isn't as potent as it used to be, so there was really no realistic way to there's no realistic way to quantify if there would have been a public outcry like that. I mean, you had MySpace back then, but it was just MySpace. You had you had Black Planet, but it's not like you got Twitter, you got Instagram, you got Facebook. You got all kinds of ways to see what people actually think and believe. And based on what you see for black men today, if we had all of that at our disposal in 2006, will we have spoken up for Ricky Williams the way that we're speaking up for Sha'carri Richardson? A lot of us believe no, we wouldn't have. And also, let me tell you about this, and then I'm probably gonna shut it down. This right here is a very stupid comparison. Now, because Sha'carri Richardson gets popped for weed, Michael Phelps has been dragged into this. Now, Michael Phelps has been kind of a couple of bad incidences. The first time he got busted, it was just like they showed a picture and he lost one of his endorsements. And for people who don't necessarily understand endorsement, to put it in the very simplest of terms, money. Yes, Michael Phelps was busted up just for a picture of him smoking from a bong. A picture. Because if you are an Olympian, it's zero tolerance. So this is from Snopes. This is the fact checker. This is a fact checker website. It says that Michael Phelps tests positive for marijuana and still compete in the Olympics. It says the Olympic swimmers' 2009 suspension was back in the news after Sha'carri Richardson's positive marijuana test. Okay, so the claim is Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps tested positive for marijuana but was still allowed to compete at the Olympics. Mostly false. The reason being he was suspended for 3 months in 2009 by U.S. Swimming after a photo emerged that showed him smoking marijuana. However, Phelps did not test positive for the drug, and the photo was taken months after the 2008 Olympics. So yeah, there was accountability. He was suspended for 3 months, but he was still allowed to compete in the games afterwards, I believe, because he did not test. He did not fail a drug test, but he did years later. He had a code of conduct violation, and he was I think he was arrested for driving under the influence. So I mean, things did kind of follow him, but my suggestion to Sha'carri Richardson is that if you truly say that it's not going to happen again, then it's not going to happen again. Yeah, it's like it can happen to you again, since they want to compare you to Michael Phelps in some way, shape, or form. And let me just say this. Yes, I do support her effort. I do give her credit for the stellar athlete that she is. There's not many on this planet that can compete with her. And it's a shame that she can't compete in the game so she can bring it home for America. Not counting out her other teammates, but if you're going to get a label like the fastest woman in America at this time, you need to carry that seriously, like the men are either have done or are either forced to do. So this enabling culture of every time a female makes a mistake, that's not good. That's not good. But I understand that you guys are going to do that anyway, and it's not for our betterment. It's not going to ever be for our betterment. Just think about it. Think about what the media does to our image. So anyway, I'm done with this for now. I've given my thoughts, and thank you for tuning in. Please be responsible and accountable, especially when you have opportunities of your lifetime in front of you. Now, I wish this young lady all the luck in the world. Do your thing, girl. When you come back, you better blow the socks off of everybody you run by. But you made a mistake. And I do kind of think that apology was it was a bit condescending, and it was for this, and she felt like it was for this reason and for that reason. But, at the end of the day, what it boiled down to is everyone has those kinds of problems. I don't mean to be insensitive. I know it's her mother's passing, and mother passing is something that is very heavy and very deep, and it affects you maybe for the rest of your life. I get that. But hey, for those around you that are proud of you, and that we're very happy and celebrated you qualifying for those games, I'll just say this. She is correct. She does have a lot of compete left in her. So, good luck to her. Hopefully she won't stumble around again. So, anyway, thank you to those who participated in the chat. Let me take a look. Yeah, Young J, Bucks Network, Southeast Dusty, Toya, I thought I saw Toya earlier. Theory of Everything. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as usual, long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. Goodbye. And also tune in to the Weekend Warrior broadcast